Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Charm, Dex, Intelligence, Melee, License. What is Dex?
You tend to miss obvious cues, like incoming walls. A gunslinger. Oh, they're going to tell stories about you from here to Hephaestus.
Do some stuff.
Subtle and discreet. Exactly what I need.
Beverage service. Bureaucrat, 0, cashiers, 0, no. Construction, electrical. Elevator operations specialist. Factory worker. To the cashier.
Working your way up to provisioner? I can be reasonably sure you know how to add and subtract.
Oh shit, done this like another day. Just this part at least. Uh, dirt.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Doing good job.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Terror 2. Up when the engines get damaged.
Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%.
Shit. Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take.
Damn.
Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
To get for works on the ship. So they celebrated the disappearance. I wonder if it was done on purpose and to kind of stop the amount of people coming in.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
You're gonna go in there if someone was abandoned or something there. Probably not that complicated.
Ah, you've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
That's cool. Tallgrass used to just be useless, and that tallgrass actually gonna do something. That's cool. I like that. Okay.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Well, that was slowing down. Ow, I missed it. Okay, so that's how you heal.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take them. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Not bad. I'll just
Yeah,
take it now.
okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes,
I don't want to
nailed it
try
that time.
space. I don't want Spacer's weapons.
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a Provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Huh. Oh, I got a gun now. Got plenty of ammo too. Anything else around here? Nope.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
And the time dilation. Okay, slowdown time is right here. Cool. Okay. I'll have to look through what that is. Add the weapon. I get that receiver. Oh, it's a two-handed weapon. That's what it is.
You're gonna suffer!
Man. I need to take some, I'll just slow health regain. I chose that one. Regain it. I could be
Hey!
walking.
Get over here before you get yourself killed!
Good thing I didn't shoot at him. God damn it.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he?
Hmm.
Of course I am. I'm a superior officer. Stands to reason, don't it? Just you watch. I'll cross these marauders off with a swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation,
I love how
you
this
know
works.
what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Oh, this game's funny. Yep. Level up. Skill improvements. Add a couple of stack, and let's add some tech. Oops. Okay, fly. I didn't know how to do that. Okay, perks. Haven't really used that yet, so I don't really. Fast walk speed, weapon durability loss, base armor rating, additional ammo, carrying capacity, tactical time, efficient goods, maybe should have been boring the cargo. Unlocked ability to fast travel while encumbered. Well, let's do the durability one. I like that. I got one, so. Gotcha. Where is? Nope, get off. Nope. Dang. Character. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Weapons are not so different so far, far as I can tell. Armor management. armor does.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
I don't believe that.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker
Mellow
settlements.
music kicked in.
I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Ship is called Unreliable.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
So I got a ship now. That's cool.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Let's see. Oh wow. Magazine modification. That's all the guy's got. Far. Tinker. Repair. It doesn't be repaired yet. I can break down some of these weapons. I can use two-handed staff. Break down the other gun and break down at least one of the melee weapons. I'll keep the basic suit. Yeah, I'll just keep the basic stealth, tech, stealth, one-handed melee. Yeah, I'll have to find it, looks like. I just so used to be able to walk up and climb it.
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
What's this?
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it right before he died.
Ah, it's pre-specs, okay. Which I don't really need to do.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown. These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
Okay. Oh, I just want to go.
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie from the Speaker's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here?
Yeah, they helped me and they died. Yeah, I like that choice.
Accidentally, brutally shot themselves, huh? Unbelievable. Second time this month. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt. Is that an official Spacer's Choice spacecraft on an official Spacer's Choice landing pad? Do I look like an auto-mechanical sanitation unit? Answer to both questions is no. You'll want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice.
No one wants me to get this fucking salt tuna.
Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. You want to chew that, go talk to Silas over by the cemetery.
Can't believe those two people died. I don't know where their body's at, or to pick them up. I didn't know they died. Or they tried to grab their weapons earlier. Let's go that way. The fence, so it should be something good over here. Fire. I wish I had a silencer. Oh yeah, hunting rifle. That works for me. Come on, keep coming out. Well, his head's gone. Didn't have anything, apparently. Let's see, what do we have on weapons? I have a hunting rifle now. Works with me. Did I give myself any bonuses with heavy weapons? Two-handed weapons? Handguns? Nope. That's strength. Oh shit. Oh, I guess I can use it from a distance.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend.
Noticed.
Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Noticed. Yeah, I'll throw the same line at me too.
Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep things clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Okay.
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landpad. Yeah?
Yeah.
Former people, yeah. Marauder's been raiding my graves, you see?
What?
Hence the armed guards. Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those Marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Wow.
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1... all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
Oh. Looks like I'm gonna go find some people who owe money to the graveyard. I need to find some type of rifle or long-range weapon that's a light weapon. I don't like the fact that the first long-range weapon I have is a heavy weapon.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Plagued?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Yeah.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
Yeah.
I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can. You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
Oh, okay.
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly. So you'll do it then?
Sure.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
I think you're fine.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Why is that? Damn it.
Mr. Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law-breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons. That's all I can ask of you.
Huh. Save more for one. It's always a concept that way. Let's check out this guy over here first. A dead end. That's a dead end. Cane, really? I guess that one's in the cane. Okay. Go in there. Wait, let me go in there. Phyllis, nice to meet you.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Oh.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
I know, I want a new one.
Eugene wasn't family.
What, you just said it was family?
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
Oh, fuck.
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
I hate this place already. Shit.
First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did.
Well,
When
you
one
live
of
a
your
horrible
workers
life.
commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his Adams be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I missed the door. That's right here. Oh, man. This is horrible. Three enemies over there, so... Must be inside the house. Why did it leave me outside? Confused. What's on the other side of the house?
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
Yeah, I don't get that much. Dang, I wish I did.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses.
Yeah.
You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close.
I think you're simple.
Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project. I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. So tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's chaw, a few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
I don't choice there.
Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
The technical term. Blue squirrely clothing. Oh my god. Exactly where the scout is. Lava. What did I? What was that the nicest thing I could do? Okay, so oh, I still got no perks this time, huh? Okay. Maybe it's every other level.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case?
Sure.
Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
Okay.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Well, let's see what he has. Other person's in here anyway, so. Oops, I hit the button by accident. I have a bad habit of that. It's not the worst unless it's brought worse. Yeah, no, that just looks completely, utterly disgusting. Yeah. Disgusting.
Something got you down?
Let's see.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you.
Where did he hide? He hid it in there? Oh, okay, there it is. Let's do this. Barbershop, there it is.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Wow, okay, you got a double job.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
I'm sorry.
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
Let's think. I don't know what would be the best thing for him to give. I don't know if the answer will be in his house or I have to go find it.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Kind of. Yeah.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
50. Okay. That's not great.
You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
Okay.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I? Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Oof. Man, this world is whacked up weird. I need you to dig up a grave and get
Grave
some gold
digging's a
teeth.
fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients.
Uh,
You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Yeah.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
Yeah.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Oh. Oh, I just threw him underneath the bus. Oh, that's fine. Let's... Cross the bridge first. I want to run off into the ocean. After this, I guess I'll run and go grab those drugs. And sell them to that girl. See, Die Robot. There he is.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
Sounds like fun.
Fun? This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You have to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Yeah.
I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of zero-G to your memory.
Let go down. That's pretty far away from here. I love that I made these little creatures just make noise constantly. Nope. Ow, ow, ow. Where'd the other guy go? He blew up. There's the dog. Assault rifle. Also a heavy. Oh, I'll just keep it equipped just in case I need it.
Huh?
She didn't say nothing. You didn't see nothing. Didn't go too bad. Oh God. Okay, it's whole container. Nothing already. Avoid being seen. Oh. Sawed-off shotgun. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. And the sawed-off shotgun's probably also heavy. Oh, it's a light. Wow. Really? Okay, so let's put the sawed-off shotgun up there. Inside a house, let's use it. Clean off. And I was expecting a shotgun to be hacking doors. Hacking, pick up doors. Okay. Okay then. Let's just run downstairs. So I gotta jump on the next guy. Nope. Ow. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, just turn your back to me. That made a lot of sense. First, I almost died, so not much better. Damn, that sucked. I almost died during that. Gotta find a little bit better way of taking care of some things. I shot a resident. Oh no, I feel bad. Thought he was a worker. No wait, he lived. He ran off. Preferable living, just like home. Prefabricated living. Oh shit. Oh, just put you in a room full of enemies.
Kill them!
Anybody ever realize he said anything? Now things are getting interesting. Okay. My inventory has to be getting full. Or revolver. I'm gonna try that. So they got a pistol. So let's see, what do we got? Not too much. The light assault rifle still uses. A light machine gun uses light ammo. Cool, that's gonna be useful later. Okay. Easy enough to get out of here now. Where's the fun in that? I'd say I'm a little disappointed that there's like no enemy reactions. Oh, now there is.
You hiding?
Oh! Oh, he did a flip. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that was some bad shooting. But Oh, now I'm covered. Increase my base health. Oh no, we're running. I'll walk out of here. Man, took a long time to get over encumbered though. Breakpoints. Oh, I forget the eggs. There was a side entrance we should have took. Let's see. There we go. Encumbered 6. Oh man. Oh, he was still standing, he was going down. I was expecting other enemies. Not the little guys. Yes, that would be nice. Oh, now I'm over recovery. No, I just became over encumbered. Oh, that's a baton. I can only keep it. N-ray attacks cause internal damage to a target. Man. I hate to do it to this old man, but
Almost
hopefully
lost a
I'm not
finger
being
in the animal.
tricked. I'll kill you for you.
I've got some time. Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types. You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me. Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
Okay.
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Sorry, buddy. What else we got? So, missions, I think I did them all. Besides Die Robot, which once we talk to Dr. Find that power regulator right quick.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with fish.
Oh, well, don't tell me that.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Since I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Okay, I don't like the look in your face, though.
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I'm trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know. If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm already in here.
It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
Oh, I can't talk to him about that, so let's just go. I'm gonna move that somewhere else. Chat box was right in the way of saying stuff.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I
don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Just logs. Okay, so crap. Keep hitting that button. Okay, so I can see what she has. I give her some of my stuff. I'm not giving her that bolter pistol. I want the bolter pistol. It's an energy weapon, anyways. And go to the ship. Yeah, let's upgrade some stuff. Auntie Chloe. Oh, so it was. I thought it was the drug dealer. I didn't know it was a manufacturer. At least could have put me on the ship. You want to upgrade and choose one. You want to sell, let's go. Both weapons are we can modify. Okay. So I can install mag mod. Got it. So bolter. I can install Whisper Quiet Muzzler. That only work on this, or can it work on? Where's my rifle? No, it can only work on that one, huh? I've only got one silenced weapon, right? Yeah, I've only got one silenced weapon, I also have one. damage. Change the change this. Okay. Probably gonna switch this weapon, so probably check the armor before I put it on, but it's fine. That armor's better. That has a hack bonus to it.
I suppose everything on the Unreliable belongs. No, really.
Nice.
Their captain's room.
Oh, wow. If I'd been able to get out here, I so would have stripped this for parts.
Nice to know there's somewhere where I can just put my gear. I might not be able to get access to it. Ow. Okay, so light machine gun. Light assault rifle, I should say. Why is it red? That's what I'm confused about it. Let's figure it out. Map wise. Alright, I was gonna talk to one guy. Damn it.
Another day at the cannery.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna...
Well, I just got interested in this way, so let's go around.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Miss Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and lived beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. If it were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it a challenge. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Of course. For some reason it points at that door. Next time you go to the other side. Again.
Inside voices. That was clean.
Shit.
You hiding? You scared?
We got this! We're pretty good at this!
Love this silencer and energy weapon.
Something there.
Just ran right past them. None of them reacted.
Heard something. I'll find you.
He saw me. For a brief second. Leave ash piles? Nope. Okay, so energy weapons. Oh, okay, cool. I'm about to say energy weapons. Not the best thing to use if you're trying to collect stuff.
Easy.
Backpack. Oh, increases carrying capacity. Spade. Alchemist third gear. Right. No, there's. She has a regular impact hammer. She has an electric impact hammer. And a more powerful pistol. Okay, cool. That's right.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Okay, Grace.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Explains why you're still yammering on at me.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Could do without the gallows humor.
Oh, but I like the gallows humor. Gallows humor is like the best humor.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, Mother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
I don't know.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
I want to choose with them.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. You're doing this for Reed? Why? If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Now you said that, I don't think I trust you.
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. to the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Money's our conscience. I don't know. So, which way to... Chicken has a name instead of chicken. I'm sorry. Now everything. Oh, nope, wall. They made sure I couldn't just run over everything.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
That just says deserter. Is Thompson's over here? No. There's Thomas. There's Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Nah.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Oh, community center.
No
I
kidding.
picked up earlier.
Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
He's ran off.
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... This isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Yeah. Oh shit. Why did you just put that in the middle of your road? It's barely a town. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I get why I'm dizzy now. Make the jump.
Not a peep from me.
Halt.
Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Nice work.
Gotta find. Damn it.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Well, I just jumped the security fence, so I think I didn't really disarm it, but
Halt. Beginning security patrol.
Incoming!
oh.
That's smart. We made it.
Well, glad I picked up some more energy weapon ammo. And that head is still creepy. Oh man. Gone.
control room should be...
Oh, that's a interesting weapon. That light machine gun is light. The other one I had wasn't light. What?
Off to the right.
Yeah, mine says light assault rifle. Oh, not machine gun. That's
I hope we're doing the right thing.
System alert.
Nice one! That's the last of them! Done. Nice.
Squeeze through here. Where are these switches? Not in here, apparently.
3 switches.
Then the
That'll be easy enough.
I'll just go around. I'm gonna jump over and do it.
Great work.
Just realized I had to use this password again, so if I try far from the town, he's gonna get in trouble too. Bard, huh?
Processing. reserving vessels.
Here they come! Everyone
Oh.
alright?
Still, the fact that that ally didn't trigger anything was the funniest part of that.
Processing.
Here we go! Down they go! Huh, okay, cool. I like that one. There's two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Something you need? That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting mechanical repairs. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Oh, wow.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his level than hers. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him. You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vickers says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Not necessarily.
No, just leave me alone.
Oh, we're not alone.
not real. You're not real.
I am real. I am real. Mr. Higgins. Oh, dude. Go.
Not real. You're not real.
Can I make it quieter? No. Okay. Cool. I was real confused there for a second. It's like, install a mod on it again?
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Hmm.
Let it go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens?
Here we go! It didn't work. What? Didn't you like one?
Got him off!
Yeah, I hacked that door. That's right. Alright, now move. Higgins, we're coming, buddy. You're fine. You're perfectly safe. More curious about the Higgins. Got anything else?
Go away, Phantom. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram. Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion.
Yeah, obviously.
Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Huh.
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
So you're a simple engineer.
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. You mean, why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told me to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
So...
Before. Definitely before. Sisty Pig Tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career.
God, man, this guy's crazy.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the Mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
46. Oh shit, I'm so close to it though.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Okay, so dude snapped. Stare at the light. That will help a lot. Well, I have volume 3. Now I just gotta find volume 2 somewhere. How do we get into that room? Door's still barred off, so... Funtime barrel? Shit. Ow. How do I get into a barred room? Not window. Not down that way. Gotta be a way in that room.
Nicely done.
Well, we got in that room. Came over encumbered. Shovel, spade. Jump. 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 Here we go. Well, that's... Oh, that's going outside. I don't need to go outside. I need to find a way past a barred door. Way back to the front of the building, so how do we get past the barred door? Wondering if I just missed a door over here. Looks like I did. I did. Oh, I got it.
Watch out! Hey, get back! We did it! You got him!
Sheesh.
That's the last. I'm not sure what the ride is. All I know is the decision's final. Once we do this, there's no going back.
Well,
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think that'd be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks.
no wonder.
No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Don't want to, but listen to her. Oh, come on, we gotta fight our way through your friends. Oh. Through one person. Did I go the right way? I don't think so. Yeah, I went the wrong way. So that's a nice melee weapon. Slice and dice and cauterize. Oh, that looks horrible on the stream. Nice somber music.
Look at us!
Here we go.
Here we go! It's not working!
Oh shit. Well, she hadn't really had anything of choice, reason to not have a better weapon. She does. How do I get back over there? Oh. River. I came down from a hill, that's why. Oh boy. Whoa.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility.
Bullshit.
You tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Okay.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me.
Okay.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well, which one? The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Okay.
What's on your mind? Any luck finding one of those manuals? I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox.
And this guy
It's
is
just
desperate.
Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days. I expect we got no choice. Edgewater needs us back, and loath as I am to admit it, we need Edgewater.
Fuck.
You okay with this, Grace?
Zoe's still out there. Don't much care to leave her unaccounted. If you find her, could you let me know? We'll be waiting in Edgewater.
Just give us some time to gather our personals and say our goodbyes.
Oh, shit.
If you run into Reed, you tell him we're coming back, yeah?
That's not where I meant that to go. I was just trying to convince him to go. Damn it. Shit. Now I'm irritated. I was gonna get rid of Reed. I talked too much. Messed everything up. I was pretty sure they checked the body. So far, it didn't seem like enemies respawned. Maybe not enemies that are set in particular locations. There might be some enemies that spawn in certain areas. Man, looks like I've been doing it for about 3 hours a day. Ugh.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? That's good enough for me. Adelaide and I have a history. Was unlikely she'd ever come back. But hope springs eternal. We are in your debt. I am authorizing you for a discount on all official Spacer's Choice products, courtesy of the people of Edgewater.
Yay.
By all means. Thomas Kemp? I remember him. Had to write him up for daydreaming a few too many times.
He tries real hard, Mr. Thompson. This is something he wants to do. That'll make him twice as good.
I will give him a chance to impress me. If he knows his way around a toolbox, I may have a place for him in the Holcomb workshop. This whole fiasco is not one I am keen on repeating. I was too hard on my own workers. I pushed them to their breaking point. With more hands at the cannery, I expect productivity will rise. I expect we'll grow. And I expect I can ask corporate to send us some more medicine. We'll survive, one way or another.
I'll be right back. Let me get Screw so much I carry. Okay, so what's the mission now? I'm in this way regardless, so this mission. I haven't sat down this long and played a game now for a long time. To my kids and everything. This is the first time I played a game in for 3 hours in a very long time. Let's see. There's nothing, any companion quests. Didn't realize it was a companion quest. Let's see, where's that at? Oh, that requires me to search the house, so let's go this way. Oh, that was a grenade launcher I just picked up. That's cool. Huh. Okay. Oh. There's a bunch of dead marauders this way. Whew. That was a quick cleanup. Okay.
That was quick.
Oh, where'd it go? I got a primal brain. Huh. Oh shoot. Okay, so let's look for yourself. The other one's going back to town. That's probably where I'm gonna have to go after. Where am I get? Hell, I'm getting in right damage. The rod base is. Holy crap! That was interesting. Tide. Huh. What was that? Leather boa. Oh wow. So she wanted to be the bandit queen. Oh. Oh, poor girl. I really hope I'm not too late on that one right there.
Here we go! Nice one! That's the last of them!
Okay, so really wish I had a silencer. Oh, that was so close.
Who did this?
Walk back out. Damn it.
Look out!
Oh, now they know where I am.
Nice one! Everyone all right?
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying.
You sure?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. It must be my natural charisma.
Huh.
I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Well, that's taken care of.
Great work.
Wait, this little glove box.
There we go.
Those two blow up. Whoa. Not surrounded. I'm not gonna go that way either. Oops, I kinda hurt Zoe. Oh, I got on the door. Huh. Oh, well. Nope. Bunch of bombs everywhere. Oh shit. Nah, I'm over encumbered. Yeah, should be good. Ow. Oh, just gotta find that last book for the kid. Come on. I take care of that now. Just heal me though. Okay, there we go. I can run. I can't help it. There's cool stuff. I may break it down for weapon parts if I have to. I just wish I could find a rifle that's light ammo type. I didn't have to worry and carry more light ammo based weaponry. I think the heavy ammo for the rifle is kind of overkill. And it's just because I'm working on light ammo. But then you get the light machine gun. So I'm saying, going, why is that light? No, just messing with basically the starter gun, so who knows what we'll find. Why does it do that sometimes on the bottom? Sorry, I'm watching the stream at the same time on my phone. I saw a pop-up that Claire. Let's see, let's find that book, give it to the boy, and then where is he at? Other side of town. The outside town? Oh fuck, no, where's Tommy? Where's Zoe? Nah. Blood and revenge are hammering in his head. I can't. I bet you they're built all the way back at the art still. Whatever reason.
Sure thing. Can't do it.
All still gathered around the circle with each other.
Back to the old cannery, huh? Don't know what else I expected. We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Hold on.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
This was a nice family, you know, while it lasted. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found it myself. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
It's a fine new day in Edgewater. The cannery hums, streetlights and faces glow. I suppose this means the two of you were able to sort out the matter? Not unexpected. Take heart in the fact that you've saved the rest from idleness and marauders. From our own graveyard, just outside the gates. And Silas had not even an inkling. What do they pay the man for?
Spends all day digging graves, Vicar. Sir. Sometimes he's got to sleep.
Yes, of course. My reaction was unreasonable.
Vicar is very...
Flowers grow well enough, and creeping ivies, and the fuzzies that grow on rocks, but we don't eat none of that.
It is my understanding that none of the local life, plant or animal, is edible. Earth crops are grown in farms, not isolated cannery towns. Once the spark of life has fled, the mortal form is but unanimated matter, comprised of the same elements as the rest of the universe. We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead. While distasteful, I would judge Ms. McDevitt's actions beneficial to the greater good. Then I would counsel them to work through their emotions and assess the matter rationally. Animals are ruled by their hearts. Humans were gifted with intellect for a purpose. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French.
This is the best part.
It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
It's your own fault.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Okay.
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Many an opponent bleeding on the field. Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Well. What other missions do I have here? And Stranger in the Strange Zone. Oh. Where is that on the map? I don't run to one side, not to go fully to the other side. Oh, it's all. God damn it. I was literally near it earlier. When I was running around after I talked to him. Now she's there again. Finest cigarettes in Haiku. Windsor Secrets.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? I know. Mr. Thompson said I was to chaperone you about the Veil. Loan me out to you like I was Spacer's Choice property. Well, they may think I am, but I'm not. Yeah, Mr. Thompson's got a temper. But I'm more scared of missing out than I am of him. I don't want to lose my one chance at seeing the stars. Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Yay, let's
I am
get out there.
prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Hey, Bubba.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run the colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.